Take a breath. Go on, do it right now. Feel the air fill your lungs. It feels like nothing, doesn't it? Just air. But in that single, effortless inhalation, you've just pulled a ghost into your body. An invisible element that makes up 21% of our atmosphere, but 100% of the reason you are alive. It's in your blood, fueling your thoughts. It's in the sky above you, painting it blue. It's in the ground beneath your feet, holding our cities together. It is the most fundamental and most taken-for-granted element on planet Earth. But now, let's ask the question. What if, for just 5 seconds, that ghost vanished? What if every single molecule of oxygen on the planet simply ceased to exist? Not a gradual fade, but an instantaneous, absolute erasure. This isn't a slow apocalypse. This is a blink, an imperceptible sliver of time that would tear apart the very fabric of our reality. Let's begin the countdown. 5. In the first nanosecond, the world doesn't just change, it shatters. The first thing that hits you isn't a lack of air, but a lack of sound. Sound is a vibration traveling through a medium like air. With 21% of that medium instantly gone, the air becomes too thin to carry the symphony of the world. The rumble of traffic, the distant siren, the whisper of the wind, it all stops. You're plunged into a silence so profound, so absolute. It's a physical pressure. Your body would panic, forcing you to take a desperate, reflexive gasp. And you would get nothing. Your lungs would expand into a vacuum, searching for a molecule that no longer exists. That suffocating burn you feel when holding your breath? That's from carbon dioxide buildup. This is different. This is the hollow, terrifying emptiness of trying to drink from an empty glass, except the glass is your own body. Simultaneously, a blinding pain would explode inside your skull as your eardrums rupture. The air pressure outside your body just dropped by 21%, but the air trapped in your middle ear did not. The difference is cataclysmic, tearing your eardrums apart in an unimaginable agony. 4. Now look up. If you can still see through the pain, you would witness a sight no human has ever seen. The sky doesn't fade, it snaps. The brilliant blue of our sky is an illusion, created by sunlight scattering off oxygen molecules. With the oxygen gone, the scattering stops. In an instant, the daytime sky would turn to the absolute black of outer space. The sun would no longer be a warm, diffused orb, but a horrifyingly sharp, hostile white disk in a sea of infinite black, casting harsh, undiffused shadows. For the first time, you would see the stars in the middle of the day. A canopy of cold, distant suns watching over a dying world. 3. The destruction now moves from the air to the earth. Every building made of concrete, every bridge, every sidewalk would begin to crumble. This isn't a metaphor. Concrete contains water that is chemically bonded within its structure. With the sudden, near vacuum created by the disappearing oxygen, this water would instantly flash boil into high-pressure steam. The concrete, unable to contain the force, would explode from the inside out. Not in a fiery blast, but in a quiet, dusty, catastrophic failure. Skyscrapers would weaken, bridges would crack, and the very ground beneath your feet would begin to turn to powder. At the same time, every piece of rust on the planet would flake away into dust. Rust is iron oxide, a compound created when iron bonds with oxygen. When you instantly remove one of the core ingredients, the bond breaks. Every rusted car, every steel beam, every iron gate would shed its oxidized layer, leaving behind pure, exposed metal. The entire planet would look like it had been sanded down in a fraction of a second. 2. The horror now turns biological. Every living thing with lungs, from you to your dog to a bird in the sky, is now experiencing the same hollow suffocation. Your brain is starved, your muscles are screaming, but you are still a conscious, terrified witness to the end. In the oceans, the surface layer would instantly boil, not from heat, but from the lack of atmospheric pressure, creating a churning, bubbling maelstrom. Every creature with gills would suffocate. The greatest mass extinction in history is underway, and it's only been 4 seconds. And above you, The sun has become a silent assassin. The ozone layer, our planet's sunscreen, is a molecule made of 3 oxygen atoms. With no oxygen, there is no ozone. The full, unfiltered, and deadly fury of the sun's ultraviolet radiation is now blasting the surface. You wouldn't feel a sunburn in 5 seconds, but on a cellular level, the damage would be instantaneous. Every exposed cell on your skin and in your eyes would be suffering irreparable damage. A death sentence, the timer for which has just been started. 1. The world is now a silent, black-skied, crumbling, suffocating, and UV-blasted sphere. Every fire has been extinguished. Every engine has stalled, but the fuel is still there. Gasoline in billions of tanks. Natural gas in millions of miles of pipelines. For one single second, planet Earth has become a soaked-in, primed, global bomb, just waiting for a single spark. 0. The 5 seconds are up, and oxygen returns. It doesn't trickle back in. It rushes in to fill the void, a planetary-scale gasp of air moving at nearly the speed of sound. And then it finds the fuel. The result is a single, global firestorm of unimaginable scale. It's not a series of explosions. It is one instantaneous planetary combustion event. Every unburnt droplet of gasoline in every car engine detonates at once. Every natural gas line becomes a fuse, igniting homes from the inside out. The surface of the ocean, covered in a slick of hydrocarbons, becomes a literal sea of fire. From space, the Earth would not look like a planet. It would look like a new star being born, a swirling, raging sphere of black smoke and incandescent orange fire. The heat generated would be enough to melt asphalt and turn the surface into a furnace. The very air you can now breathe again would be a superheated, toxic wind filled with the ash of our civilization. You survived the 5 seconds without oxygen, but you've just woken up in hell. Your eardrums are destroyed. The world you knew is literally burning to ash around you. The sky is black with soot, the ground is a scorched wasteland, and the air you're gasping for is a poisonous cocktail. So what if oxygen disappeared for 5 seconds? It wouldn't be a brief pause. It would be a chemical and physical unraveling of our world, followed by the incineration of the remains. We live our lives wrapped in a blanket of air we can't see and barely think about. It's not just the stuff we breathe. It's the architect of our sky, the guardian of our planet, and the glue in our concrete. The next time you take a breath, appreciate it. You are inhaling the very thing that holds your world together. And you're only 5 seconds away from losing it all.